Welcome, family. Well, as you can see, we have some breaking news coming out of Dalton, Illinois today. This is some exciting news. Hello to everybody, first of all. How are you all this evening? I am coming to you live from the All in the Q studio to let you know that the residents of Dalton have won a temporary restraining order against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge Sr., and the new village attorney that was appointed at the not meeting where none of the trustees or the clerk was there to record anything. So they have won a temporary restraining order this afternoon, which will keep those individuals out of the village. How about that? How about that? Okay. The Dalton residents, a victory today. That's right. Great job, trustees. Great job, residents. Great job, everyone. If you're just tuning in, please like, subscribe, and share this video today. The breaking news that we just got from my sources are telling me that the village of Dalton has won a TRO, a temporary restraining order against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, and that new village attorney. I don't remember her name. The lady that she appointed at that meeting that wasn't a meeting, the last one for before the special meeting. So they must unask those seats. So they are not allowed to be at the village hall or working in any type of capacity at the village. Congratulations, trustees. Great job. Congratulations to the residents of Dalton. Clean House 2025 is on the move. They have been granted a temporary restraining order. You heard that right. Against the fake village attorney, that was appointed at that bogus meeting that was not a meeting. And the lady, Javar, I'm talking about the lady that she appointed at the village meeting that none of the trustees showed up to. They postponed the meeting and had the one after that. I don't remember the date of it, but she tried to appoint another village attorney. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Temporary restraining order granted today. Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, not allowed at the village for any reason. Temporary restraining order. That's her name, Angela Lockett. That's her name. Great job to the trustees. Great job to the residents of Dalton, the village of Dalton, for standing behind Clean House 2025. They are on the move and they are working for the residents. Temporary restraining order granted today, moments ago. Temporary restraining order granted today. Okay? You heard that on All in the Q. Yeah, you did. You heard it today on All in the Q. Angela Lockett, that's her name, Javar. Thank you, Javar. Angela Lockett, the alleged village attorney, which not the village attorney because she can't appoint a village attorneys without the approval of the board. Hello, everyone. Hello, Golfer. Hello, Javar, Shanita, K Mac. Hello. Mouse Toes. Hello. Nope, not even. What's up? How y'all doing this evening? We are watching the saying, it takes a village, and we are, Shanita, that is great. That is great. We are watching It Takes a Village. That's right. Moments ago, if you're just joining, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, All in the Queue, and share this video wherever you can. Moments ago, I was just told by my sources that the village of Dalton was granted a temporary restraining order against Dots, Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, the fake appointed chief of police that she illegally appointed last week, and the village attorney, Angela Lockett, that she illegally appointed the week before that. There has been a temporary restraining order been granted against them. And this is the comment of the day. We are watching the saying, it takes a village. Great job to the trustees, to the village of Dalton. Victory for you today. That should make you feel so good. It should make you feel like, oh yeah, this is about to be over shortly. I am doing great. Note, not even. I've had a full day today. I'm doing great. I'm ready to jump into what we have to do for today. Strawberry shortcake, how are you? How are you doing? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to like loosely recap the meeting while we're waiting on our guest. That's right. That's right, Javar. Kamal Wood and Keith Price, you're next. That's right. Yep. Big Tiff is losing whoever gave her that hedge of protection for her years of madness. Yes, she is. Let's go. Let's go. Norfolk, Virginia in the building. I'm always going to shout you out because that's my hometown. 2 up and 2 down. VA is in the house. Okay. All right. Ain't no more play in VA. Okay. No more. So yeah, breaking news. The breaking news. If you're just joining us, if you're just joining us, hey Jody, how are you? Barnaby, thank you so much. Del Booney, thank you. Come on, calling Mr. Paul racist infuriated me. That's so crazy. That is very crazy. And we're gonna talk about that when they get on. Before they get on, though, we're gonna do like a slight recap. If you have not subscribed to the Lansing Journal, I have linked them to this video, the article that I'm about to show. For the people that are just gathering in the room, breaking news in Dalton, they have been granted a temporary restraining order against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, and the so-called village attorney Angela Lockett that she appointed like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And so they are not allowed to be sitting anywhere on the dais, near the dais, or working at the village in any type of capacity. Okay? No type of capacity. TIF is no longer a necessity. That part, nope, not even that part. Because when you cannot listen, as she did not listen to his attorney last night, yeah, it's something's about to start happening. Because when you don't listen to the village attorney, things are going to start happening. Good evening to everyone that is just joining the room. Breaking news in Dalton, the village of Dalton has been granted a temporary restraining order against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, and the newly, supposedly, allegedly appointed attorney, Angela Lockett. So they are not allowed to be at the village participating or performing any type of duties as it relates to any type of job that was appointed to them by the mayor, because it was illegal. And the trustees, Clean House 2025, have done what it takes to have them temporarily removed from the village. Enough is enough. So that is what is happening today. I'm super excited. Like when I heard this, I was like, okay, no, you serious? Like serious. And they were like, serious. And I was like, that is great for the village of Dalton because, man, no more intimidation for the people that are trying to work. Um, and business can be conducted as it is supposed to be conducted with the people that it's supposed to be conducted with. Michael Smith was the hype boy and all that BS with Paul last night. Child, that's the worst hype man I ever seen. But anywho, let's get into this meeting before we I know that's right, golfer. The tea is getting sweeter and sweeter. Let's get into the Lansing Journal. As we all know, the Lansing Journal, they usually give us a good breakdown of what happened. So I'm going to let you know, first of all, that yesterday's meeting was a total ruse. It was just a show because they need 3 yes votes to approve anything. And as you can see, we did not have that. We only had 2 yes votes and 1 no vote. Because there was an absence of Darlene Everett Gray, who I'm hearing from my sources was told to stay home. Get into that. Okay. So if this person runs again, Township, Thornton Township, you know not to vote for this person because they didn't even come and perform their duties as it relates to their job. Okay. And so she did not come, and Jerry Jones was not present. Now, as we all know, we've seen Jerry Jones take a turn and begin to side with Carmen and Chris. I have it on good authority that Jerry Jones is not in good health. And so that is the reason why he was not, I guess, in attendance at the meeting. We know that he has been intermittently missing meetings. So allegedly he wasn't feeling well, and we wish him well. And allegedly he wasn't feeling well last night. So we are not sure where the votes stand. It takes 3 yes votes. They did not have that last night. So all of the voting and the grandstanding that Tiffany was doing and all the showing off that was going on was really a show. It was not, and she knew it. And she knew that nothing would be passed. So she was just grandstanding and campaigning in front of the audience and for the cameras. While she's saying that other people are doing it, that is what she did last night. I have been told by my sources that Frank Zuccarelli's sister was in attendance at the meeting last night, and that is why Tiffany had the battery in her back about investigating and auditing going all the way back to Frank, which made no sense. So yeah, that was part of why she was feeling so bold. We know that over the last few weeks, she's been saying that Frank was taking money or whatever that he was doing. We can't do anything about a man who is no longer on this earth, but we can do something about you because you further began to take from the village. And of course, this is alleged. We don't know if Frank did these things. As far as we know, the township ran smoothly while he was there. There was no problems. There was no issues. Civic services were given. The residents always had. That man sat in that seat for over 20 years. And things at the township flowed. I'm not going to say that everything, was peachy keen and everything was great, but as it relates to services and doing things for the residents, and Frank Zuccarelli taking accountability, everyone that worked under him said that he was an accountability person, and he took accountability for whatever went on under him. And so we're going to take a look at the Lansing Journal's summation of what went on last night. Um, we're also going to look at, once the Robertz join us, we're going to look at okay, the Roberts are having a problem signing in. Give me 1 second. Let me get his email. Let me send Paul this email, and then we'll get into the recap. Breaking news out of Dalton today. Day one won a victory today. Temporary restraining order granted against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, and the new alleged village attorney, Angela Lockett. So they are not allowed to be, or they should not be, on the dais or anywhere where the elected officials are. Will Minion join us today? Unfortunately, Minion won't be joining us today. He was not able to, but he will be back with us on Friday. Love me some Minion. And I want to tell you guys that I want you to do me a favor, and it's concerning Minion. So I'll tell you about it at the end of this broadcast. Let me get Paul into this live. Give me 1 second. They were having some difficulties, which happens. Okay, now we need to. So, yeah, breaking news. Breaking news in the village of Dalton. Okay, you all, I'm getting them in now. Okay, let's go to this Lansing Journal. Let me see what you guys are saying first. What about William Moore? Is he still able to show up? I mean, let's be clear here. Village Hall is open to the public. He's able to show up because it's open to the public. Let's be clear. He's not doing any work because, like, as he told you in his speech, he's not able to access any type of email or any type of information. If he's getting any information, he's being given the information, and that is illegal. So we'll have to see that situation is probably developing. I support the Roberts advocating for Thornton. I do disagree with the comment made directed to a Black woman. Since he is married to a Black woman, the officer should have intervened. We're going to talk about all of this. I have something to play for you all too. This is interesting. All right, so let's get into this Lansing Journal as we read. We're going to be recapping the meeting. Let's see. I want this to be bigger. Okay. Hope you guys can see this. This is the Lansing Journal. Please subscribe to their, Melanie does a great job. Please subscribe to their publication here and to their YouTube channel. Also, I do want to state that if you all remember, the meeting was not even properly closed last night either. This is the second meeting that she has not properly adjourned. So that would be another reason why none of these motions or things that they voted on would be valid. All of this is under review. Trustee Gonzalez has contacted a lawyer in the Delgado Law Firm group, not the lawyer that shows up to the meetings, but a different lawyer. So we'll see what happens. As far as the votes, let's go through them right quick. Motion to approve bingo failed because we know that Carmen and Chris voted no, and the supervisor was the only one that voted yes. The motion for Gospel Fest was actually ignored. I remember while she was talking, but wait a minute, right. Um, I remember that the supervisor was talking and she was trying to say that the Gospel Fest and Big Bingo was approved under the previous budget, and she should still be able to have her events because they've already been paid for. What the attorney was trying to tell her was that because there have been some new ordinances passed, they have to be reviewed now because there is a new law or ordinance in place. But as you all saw, she didn't want to listen to that. She didn't want to hear that. And she said she was going to have her events anyway. We're going to see who's going to end up paying for them. She claimed she was going to have them anyway and that they were already paid for. And I would say they probably are already paid for because, as Carmen told us in the meeting, that most of the stuff was paid for with the credit card, and the credit card bill has already been paid. Chris said the same thing. Chris said that they voted no on the event she had last time, and she just went behind their back and used the credit card and paid for them anyway. So I don't know what that means. And it is funny that she's telling the lawyer about the law. I mean, this is further adding to any type of compounded charges that are going to be brought forth, allegedly. I hope she pays for them with her freedom. Okay. Well, tell me this, Akifis, how come he wasn't doing his job, though? Okay. That man, he been, you know what, Javar, I have to say something. He has spoken, though, the most we've ever heard him speak in the last few meetings. He has actually been saying, no, we're on the motion to do this and this and this. So I think maybe he's waking up out of his sleep. At least he's trying. I don't know. It's still hard to say. The motion regarding the whistleblower protection was approved 2-1 because Carmen and Chris, they voted yes, and of course, Supervisor Henyard voted no. And the reason she claimed she voted no was because there's already an Illinois law, and the Illinois law trumps the township law, which is true, township ordinance, which is true. But they wanted to further put something in place for protection so that the both would say the same thing, so that they would reiterate the state law, so that she wouldn't try to do the same thing at the township that she tried to do to Keith Freeman in Dalton. Let's see. So Nation Builder was the campaign, the things that send out the campaign, and they wanted to stop that. This was a motion to stop, to send Nation Builder a letter terminating their contract. So that was approved. Not really. I mean, we don't know if legally it was approved, but as far as the vote for that night, Carmen and Chris voted to terminate their contract. And of course, Mayor Henyard said no because they send out her campaign stuff and the village is paying for it. This was my favorite motion, and I don't know who put it on the agenda, but it was my absolute favorite motion. The motion to create an accountability department. Um, and Chris and Carmen, they both voted for the accountability department. And of course, she voted no because she don't want to be held accountable. Did you hear her last night have a nerve to say that she is the township? That blew my mind right there. Hey, First Lady, how are you doing? That blew my mind right there when she said she was the township. That took me straight out. First Lady Brown, if you are just joining us, we had some breaking news out of Dalton. A temporary restraining order has been granted um, against Michael Smith, Ronald Burge, and the illegally appointed village attorney Angela Lockett. And I don't know the firm, the law firm that she comes from, but that is what has happened today. So a victory for Clean House 2025 and the Village of Dalton residents. Um, who all again did we say we felt like we wanted to be on the accountability board? Baby, let me tell you, my two top people would be Paul Robertz and Vivian. Those are my two top choices. Let me know in the comments who you all want to see on this accountability board if it gets formed. Right now, I feel like we need to have a special meeting because we're going to need Jerry Jones to come together with Carmen and Chris to vote yes, because those would be our three yeses. Right now, all of this is in limbo because there's not yeses. There's not three yeses. There's two yeses. And you have to have three. At least Trustee Gonzalez is trying to find out from the attorneys if that is the municipal law that they need to have three yeses in order to pass a motion. And if that was the case, they need to call a special meeting and get Jerry Jones into the meeting so that they can do these things. Jerry Jones allegedly could be, he's not feeling well. So that's why he wasn't there. So let me look at you guys' choices. So let's see. Somebody said Dan Lee. I agree with that. Trina Downs. She would be controversial, but I agree. I mean, you got to have a balance, and all residents should be welcome. So if that's your choice, that's your choice. Mary Avant, I think that's a good choice. But she's running for trustee, so I'm not sure that she would be able to be on the accountability board if she wins the trustee seat. But if she doesn't, yeah, that's a great choice. Dan Lee, and yes, Mama Mary. Let's see. How many trustees need to be present for an official meeting? So this particular meeting is a little bit different because Tiffany gets a vote as well. So I think they're trying to say that in order for them to have a proper quorum, they would need at least 4 people present that vote. We know that Darlene Evergray was told to stay home, allegedly, but she did on yesterday. If she had been in attendance, it would have been a tie either way because we know she would have voted with the supervisor, and then Carmen and Chris would have voted together. So you need 3 yeses any way it goes. So, you know, right now we're in limbo about if these motions actually mean anything in past. Alicia Nicole, definitely Alicia Nicole. I love her. She is amazing. If you ever meet her in person, she is the sweetest person you will ever meet. She is amazing. Yep. Hey, honeymoon, how are you? So I said Paul Roberts. It said Roberts. Everybody's saying Mr. Dan Lee. Yep. Yeah, I think a variety of folks for the accountability board. You all, the residents, all may not agree on who's on the board, but I think there should be a mixture of people, of voices. Welcome, honeymoon. Dan, welcome. I hope you all like, subscribe, and share to this video. Right now, we're doing our recap of the Thornton Township, and we are waiting for our special guests. Let's see what is happening with them. I'm going to call them in a minute if they don't pop into the studio, but we'll keep going with our recap. So yeah, this accountability board is going to be huge. We know that Tiffany is not going to gain her seat back, but yes, I will, honeymoon. When they come on, I remind me and I will ask them why. This is the question that honeymoon is asking me. Will you ask the Roberts why they haven't decided to run yet? Yeah, I mean, I've asked them on a previous episode I have on here, but yeah. Yeah, Paul, I sent the link to your email as per Miss Roberts. She told me to. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't meet her in person though. So sweet. Yeah, I've met her in person. She's an amazing person. She is an amazing person. I've spent the whole afternoon with her. She is amazing. And I am concerned for safety too, First Lady Brown. I'm concerned for safety going forward because look at what the police officer or the security in the building did. They did not Paul, I don't see y'all in here. I don't see y'all. They did not properly secure the meeting. The only person, Stephanie Wiederman, would be a great person for the accountability board. Yes, I did, First Lady Brown. I have it queued up. Stephanie Wiederman would be a great person for the accountability board. Yes. I don't see Paul. They saying they backstage, but I don't see them. Hold on. Let me send them the link again. The officers, which I believe were not officers, they were security guards. I did not actually see the actual South Holland police officer that is normally at the meeting. He was not there, I was told. He was not there. So, and I don't know why he wasn't there. I don't think that there was any South Holland police officers in the building. Paul, check your messenger. I put the link there. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. No, honeymoon, they did not show up when the argument broke out. You'll see that it was just those security guards there. I did not see South Holland police inside like they normally are. And they let the chaos go on. So when Tiffany's people began to yell out and talk and all those things, they allowed it. But when the residents began to say something back, they would confront the residents. So, I mean, she did, but I didn't see anybody. And you're going to see it when we play the video. You're going to see it when we play the video. But yeah, this accountability board, Stephanie Wiederman. So we saying Stephanie Wiederman, Dan Lee, Mary Avant, if she doesn't get elected to the trustee seat. Who else did we say? Trina Downs, Um, who else? Oh, Ashley Nicole. That's like 5 people. I wonder how many people they think they're going to put on this board. And when would the board meet? Where would the board meet? And what issues would the board tackle? Would the board be tackling issues that were submitted to them, or would they be tackling issues that okay, I see the Roberts, they just popped in. So we're gonna finish up our recap of this, and then we'll get them up. Um, what would be how do you all think that should run? Um, how do you all think that the accountability board should run? Let's get in the comments and talk about some what they should be talking about, or what, and if they make a judgment, should their judgment be carried out? Because the supervisor may have overriding veto authority. Should the supervisor have veto authority over the accountability board? We need to start thinking about what rules, and this is a nice thing. The accountability board is great. I'm sure that they'll have to work with an attorney to find out, according to municipal law, what the accountability board will be able to do and not do. Um, so let's see what else the Lansing Journal had on here. So the motion for separate counsel was passed. So all of the cases, the Thrash versus Thornton Township, Jarrell Jones versus Thornton Township, Lawrence versus Thornton Township, and Dukes versus Thornton Township. Justice for Nia Dukes, of course, and all of the people that have been abused by the supervisor. But they did pass the motion that she would have to retain her own counsel. We heard the back and forth last night with the lawyer that came to speak, that she wanted to hire. So we will, and good evening to you, Miss Sherry. How are you this evening? Hope you are well. Jerry Jones is being sued by his son. No, Jerry Jones is not being sued by his son. Keith Price is being sued by Jerry Jones's son because he used to work at the food pantry, and the court case says that he is filing for retaliation and intimidation because he was threatened, and he was fired after he reported to OSHA that there was mice in the building and in some of the boxes, the food that was being kept at the pantry. She would say it the other way, because that's what she do. She put out fake news and have you thinking something that is not true. You go and read the court case for yourself. If you go to my video here under videos, it's under lives, and it's titled "Who's Paying the Price?" Go watch that video, and it will tell you all about the Jarrell Jones versus Thornton Township versus Tiffany Henyard and Keith Price. It will tell you all about that. So yeah, it will be a conflict of interest for Jerry Jones. So the next meeting that he attends, if these votes are not seen as legal and they have to vote, this will be a vote that he probably will abstain from because his son is involved. So it'll be an abstention for him. So these are the votes that were passed unanimously. The approval of the bills amended and passed. We heard Robert. The way she berates and emasculate that man is crazy. The way she tell him, read, Robert, shut up, Robert, sit down, Robert, be quiet, Robert. You hear that, Robert? Robert, gone somewhere, Robert. That really, it blows me that he even allows her to do that. That is crazy. That is crazy. That's right. That's right. Because she should have just hired her own lawyer in the first place. That's what she should have done, since she said she'd be paying for everything that they don't. So Um, so the bills were paid with the amendments that Robert read out. Approval for the retainer agreement with, okay, so this is the man that got up in the suit and spoke about the default $3 million judgment against them. So after much discussion, trustee Gonzalez and Carlisle voted with Supervisor Hilliard to approve the retainer agreement to pay this retainer fee to represent the township and township officials in the case of Jarrell Jones. This right here, go watch that video that I just told Honeymoon to watch. This right here, I'm going to be watching that closely to see what happens. Approval for upcoming senior events passed. So they passed the Harvest Roundup and the holiday event. At these prices, $36.25 for the harvest. The seniors about to have a Halloween party with these cupcakes and these cakes and these diabetes things again. I'm not understanding how this is helping the seniors. And then they're going to have a holiday event where I'm sure everybody's going to get some sort of lavish gift, $5,700. But allegedly, the money has already been spent because it was put on the credit card. So these things have already been spent. Approval for a forensic audit of Keith Freeman's credit card, that was passed. We did hear a whole bunch of tea around those credit cards. The spending of the credit cards. Carmen was like, she will talk to anybody about the first class trips that she booked for the super mayor. She will talk about all of the lavish gifts and dinners that she booked for her as well. So you all, we're going to stay tuned on that. I'm going to be looking at this forensic audit, and I hope that they hire Lori Lightfoot. If they're going to hire anybody, that's who they should hire, because she has a proven track record in Dalton. And so they should hire her. Approval for a forensic audit of 11 departments dating back 10 years. It was amended because Chris said they're going back 3 years because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because you're going to audit the supervisor because all the other mess. I told y'all while she was grandstanding, Frank Zuccarelli's sister was present in the meeting last night, so my sources say, and that is why she did all that grandstanding. That's crazy that you would be talking about a man that is no longer here, who can't defend himself. So the forensic audit will happen of all 11 departments, including the ghost payrolling department or the youth department, that is headed by none other than our own Kamal Woods. So we're going to see what this ghost payrolling look like, and what the people who is in this department, and what these invoices are that be coming from this department. Then it was approval for a TIF extension to support for Lansing, and that was passed. An item that wasn't voted on, let's see, none of the budgets were voted on, remember, because they want an outside firm to do the budget, and rightly so. Then she goes in to talk about what happened at the end of the meeting, which we're going to get into with the Robertz right now, and they are so patiently waiting backstage. So with that being said, the first thing that I want to do is I have made a video of Paul Roberts' speech that caused this big uproar for no reason at the meeting. Someone said he reading a 10-page letter like he usually do. He was over his time. This video is 3 minutes and 13 seconds long, and it is Paul's actual speech. Okay, so he would only been 13 seconds over had he been allowed to speak. This man never insulted anyone. He is an orator. He is a speaker. He writes lovely speeches. He wrote a speech with analogies in it. But because the goons don't go to school or didn't go to school, they couldn't comprehend. So they heard their name called, elephant and dog, and they jumped up. But whatever. So I'm going to play Paul's speech and then I'm going to bring them up. But I want you guys, and I did it in a video so that you all could hear. So I want you to listen to this, to Paul's speech.
And supervisor. I have paid attention to our supervisor for a year now and regret that she does not pay much attention to the people she is supposed to serve. Instead, she insists that she is all about loving on the people while calling all those who criticize her haters wearing devil's horns. She stubbornly believes that she is still in control of the board meetings here and in Dalton. She continues to campaign at our expense for another term in both governments when her constituents' biggest question is how come she is still in office. We have 7 more months to endure before a new supervisor is inaugurated. So I ask the supervisor, using the words of Trustee Jones, is it too late for you to do the right thing for the people? The purpose of my comment this evening is to ask the supervisor to work with the trustees reasonably. Reason is the ability God gave humans to make us superior to the rest of the animals. Elephants and whales have a better sense of hearing than a human, but it is ridiculous trying to ask an elephant or a whale about the best way to distribute 9 million tax dollars between 155,000 people. A dog has a much better sense of smell than a human, but if it poops inside your house, you do not expect the dog to apologize, nor do you expect the dog to respond to constructive criticism. By definition, an animal does not respond to reason. The only ways humans interact with them are to feed the animal, pet the animal, or give it a whack in the snout. This is my way of saying that the residents of Thornton Township can no longer afford the feeding and petting of the supervisor. Does the supervisor have an alternative to getting a whack in the snout? Not if she continues to act like an animal convinced that she can outrun her captors. I wish to remind the supervisor that your constituents were not born to hate you. On the contrary, every trustee in Dalton and in Thornton Township wished you well when you took office. Residents hoped that your youthful energy and tenacity would serve your office well. When you became our new supervisor, we gave you the benefit of the doubt. However, you soon learned what you could get away with, proclaimed your power, and rewarded your defensive lines handsomely. Instead of spending our tax dollars on the residents' needs, you spend them on political consulting, lobbying, and your own campaign events. Now, when someone questions your spending, you take measures to hide the evidence. When someone asks you a tough question, you insult the questioner, call him fake news, or pretend he doesn't exist. If it's not too late, you can still work on your reasoning powers. I have spoken to 3 of our trustees and find them to be reasonable people. Their concept of conversation is not filibuster. Listen to them first, allow the trustees to listen to us, and work with us. You don't need elephant ears to hear the voice of the people of Thornton Township.
I want you guys to, along with me, welcome one of our favorite guests here on All in the Queue, the Robertz. What is up, my people? What is going on? How are you guys? Uh-oh. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear us? Oh, can y'all hear us? I can hear you guys. Okay, I can see you now. Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Hey, Judge Petty. Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Oh, we having some technical difficulties tonight. Jen, can you hear me? I can hear you talking a little bit. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, whatever happens, Paul gonna be smiling. Put one in the chat if y'all can hear me. I couldn't hear them. Maybe they'll be able to reconnect. While they're trying to reconnect, let's take a look. Let me see. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, good. While they're trying to get their connect, oh, they're back. I heard them. Hold on. Let's see. I don't see them yet though. Their connection is let's see. They still spinning. I'll wait for them to come back. Oh, there they go. Let's see. Jen, can you hear us now? No.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Okay, you can hear us.
We can
Okay,
hear
is it
Can
is
you
it
hear us?
delayed?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not breaking up as much.
I'm not what?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So were you able to see the
You're not
video
breaking
that I
up as much as you were earlier.
Oh, okay, okay. Y'all let me know in the comments because it is a delay. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm delayed or they're delayed.
Yeah.
Y'all let
It
me
was beautiful.
Oh, okay, good, good. Okay, so I wanted to present it that way so that people could understand there was no insult in the speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are
I
delayed.
read it a little faster to get it under 3 minutes. But I was interrupted at 2 minutes.
Right. You were interrupted at 2 minutes. Sherry, do you remember that when this happened to you? I remember when this happened to you. Let me see. Jennifer, are y'all able to join from a different device? You guys are really delayed. Maybe y'all should use your phone or use it. Yeah, use it. Try a different device. I'll let them get their devices together. I'll let them get their devices together. While they're getting their device together, let me text her. I'm gonna text them in okay, so we'll wait for them to join with their other device. While we do that, let's get into showing what happened. Okay. And listen, y'all listen. Because this platform is set up the way that it is for the residents, and I'm really about working with everyone. And I feel like everybody have a different spin on this Dalton thing, this Thornton Township thing. So we are going to view a new YouTuber. They only have like 100 and let me see how many let me see how many subscribers they have. They have 183 subscribers. I'm going to link them in my bio, in the description of this. If you all would please go and like their video, go and subscribe to their page. I remember when I only had a little bit of people watching me, but now I have a fair amount of subscribers, and I'm so grateful to you all for that. So let's show our support for this YouTuber, and their name is capital SS in action. And I will link this in the description if I haven't already. I can't remember. But I'm going to be using their video tonight because when we watched the feed from my live, we used Reality Check TV, and it was blurry and choppy. Okay, can y'all hear us now? Are we delayed now? What are we doing? I think they still delayed. Yeah, they're going to rejoin, hopefully. So we're going to watch this. So this is the page that I'm looking at. Do y'all see the tag, the person's page, SS in action. Okay, so we're going to review this video of what happened. It's a clear, super clear view. So let's see.
I'm going to stay there. 3 minutes.
Okay. We'll get back to that person. We're going to go to what happened with Paul, but we're going to come back to this person that you see.
You gotta be respectful.
She is supposed to serve.
They weren't respectful.
Instead,
You weren't
she insists that she is about loving on people while calling all those who criticize her haters wearing double horns.
Actually.
She stubbornly believes that she is still in control of the board meetings both here and in Dalton. She continues to campaign at our expense for another item in both governments, when her constituents' biggest question is how come she is still in office. We have 7 more months to endure before a new supervisor is inaugurated. So I asked the supervisor, using the words of Trustee Jones, is it too late for you to do the right thing for the people? The purpose of my comment this evening is to ask the supervisor to work with the trustees reasonably. Reason is the ability God gave humans to make us superior to the rest of the animals. Elephants and whales have a much better sense of hearing than a human, but it's ridiculous trying to ask an elephant or a whale about the best way to distribute 9 million tax dollars between 155,000 people. A dog has much better sense of smell than a human, but if it poops inside your house, you don't expect the dog to apologize to you, nor do you expect the dog to respond to constructive criticism. By definition, an animal does not respond to reason. The only ways that humans can interact with them are to feed the animal, pet the animal, or give it a whack in the snout. This is my way of saying that the residents of Thornton Township can no longer afford the feeding and petting of the supervisor. Does the supervisor have an alternative to getting a whack in
First of all, let me state this. Let me say this. Get you some friends like Vivian and Alicia, okay? Alicia is this lady here in the red. This is Alicia right here. Sweet lady. This right here is Vivian. This we all know is the lady that spoke the last time, and she was asking Tiffany a lot of questions. But get you some friends, and there's Ryan right there. Get you some friends like these. Because do you see how they rushed over there? Okay, they rushed over there and was like, what? They was even pushing the security guard around. He wasn't even able to do his job. So I'm asking you all, where were the South Holland police officers that are usually in the room? Carmen called for them, but they were not in the room. There was no one there.
Vacuum.
Oh, can y'all hear us now? Let's see. Is it still a delay? Y'all hear us?
Yep,
Yes.
we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Much better.
Okay, good. We were just reviewing the video of what happened, and I was telling them to get them some friends like Vivian,
Yes.
and Alicia,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
because and this lady, I don't know her in the black jacket, I don't know her name, but baby, the way they rushed to y'all aid, like they was ready to throw down.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kinds of friends that you need.
Yeah, the lady in the black jacket is Janelle Taylor, and she makes comments at many township meetings.
The way that Vivian rolled up on her walker,
Right.
she said, "You're not gonna get my energy for me to get over there, but when I get over there and I stand up, you finna get it." And that's exactly what she went to work. She was like, "What? Get your hands off her! Don't you be touching him! No, leave him alone. Let him say his comment. That's his comment." I mean, listen, they had y'all's back, and this is the part that I love. This is the part that I love about Illinois, about the townships. When the residents come together, they come together. Let us know what was being said by prison block cell D and E, F, and G in the back. What comments were being made by them?
Mm-hmm.
No, we can't hear anymore.
Is the Wi-Fi on your phone? If the Wi-Fi button is on, use your house Wi-Fi, I guess. I'm not sure what is happening.
You've done this in the dining room. You're going to be close.
I don't know what's happening. Let's pull them down until I can. Let me see if I can call them. Bella, you gonna be at the next meeting? You gonna be the personal security? Okay, that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell them. Let me see if I can. Y'all give me a second. I'm gonna let this video play, and I'm gonna call them.
Amen. No, the sound went off after you moved it.
No? Because we usually sit over there.
Now we can't hear anything.
Babe, turn off the router and turn it back on.
Okay, y'all can hear me now. I had to call them. Okay. Yeah, you can't call off there was a question that said she should have stopped this. She should have called this to order. But how can you call to order something that you orchestrated? Once it goes so far, what do you do? What do you do? She didn't know what to do at that point because the goons that she called in was out of control. She couldn't call them to order because she called them there. So I'm confused. I am confusion. Her people do this because they never have had any consequences. That part right there. And she did. And she did on purpose because she knew that allegedly she told Darlene to stay home. So she knew that there weren't going to be any votes. This was a showboating meeting anyway, because what did she do? She did what she normally do, which is played them videos, played them commercials for everybody. Okay? And that's what happened. That is what happened. But there allegedly was things being said by Kamal and by Quigley to Jennifer. And when she comes back, I'm going to have her let you all know what was said. It was horrible. The things that were said were horrible. And I'm going to let her speak to it when she comes back. If they can't come back, we'll get them on the phone and have them on the phone because of the connectivity issues. Oh, no, she didn't want to go. Yeah, public comment was supposed to be happen after the executive session was supposed to happen after public comment, but she left the building without even closing out the meeting, adjourning the meeting. So that's why executive session didn't happen. She didn't want it to happen either. You know why? Because they were going in executive session to talk about employee A. Who did I tell y'all employee A was? If you was here last night and you were listening, tell me in the comments who I said employee A was. She didn't want her man to go before the congregation. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Yes, it's controlled chaos meant for distractions. Definitely is. Because so important and like president needed to run. Child. That's right, First Lady Brown. And right. And was. And is. Okay? Because that's what they were going in there to talk about. So, of course, she didn't want to have executive session because she was getting ready to be outvoted. Okay? She was controlling the information that would have been accurate. Exactly. Exactly. While we wait for the Roberts to come back, let's go over another person that I found extremely interesting in this debauchery of a meeting. Let's go here.
Time is up. Thank you. Thank you. Time is up. Don't open the door for them.
Make sure you come up there for everybody like that.
Yeah, we will. Thank you.
Hold on, let's see if we got the Roberts back. Why did she say that he was already being investigated? No, because previously, okay, so there was a previous motion to have a forensic audit of all 11 departments. So she was saying she wasn't going to vote again when she already voted for the departments to be audited, all of them. That's what she said. But we didn't get a list of the 11 departments. Did that include the youth department or whatever department he's ahead of? Because I don't even actually know what department he's actually ahead of, to be honest with you. But that's why she said that. It was a clear deflection. Okay, so can the trustees call for a special meeting with Jerry Jones for a quorum and fire his crooked? That's what the executive session was for. Okay? That's it right there, that part. Okay? So yes, they would need to call for a special meeting now because they have no idea if these motions were valid that passed. So that's something that they are investigating and looking into with the attorneys. Okay. Are we on the same time now, Paul?
I hope so.
Okay. The devil is a liar. Yeah. Victory is mine. Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. The devil is a liar because he plays
a liar.
Okay?
Yes,
we got it. Damn, look at you, devil. You defeated. Rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Okay. So we have played the video. We have listened to what happened. And I was telling the people that there were some very ugly comments that were made by the prison ministry in the back. Can you let the people know what those comments were?
The comments while I was speaking or after I left the podium?
Both. You can go into both. You have the floor.
Okay. I didn't really hear what people were saying when I was speaking, but I saw from the video that, we knew as soon as we entered the room that Michael Smith was the first person they let in. He chose the seat right next to the podium, and he made sure that he and Deborah were the first and second speakers. So that was a hint that Tiffany wanted to disrupt the meeting during public comment, because Michael is so effective at clearing the room at these meetings. But as soon as Michael got out of his chair, then I heard Keith Price grumbling something behind me, and the whole wall of township employees sitting behind him were talking so loudly that I couldn't hear what I was saying, even with the microphone. Then, as soon as Michael Smith got out of his chair, DeMarcus Krigley and Kamal Woods and Deborah all stepped forward. Deborah stayed in back, but DeMarcus came up to the podium. The security guard who was standing next to me earlier in the meeting came up to the podium right in front of me. And then Jennifer tried to come to my rescue. She kept saying, keep on speaking. I could, the microphone was still on, but I couldn't hear a word that I was saying.
Yeah.
So a second security guard came up, and eventually he took the microphone away from me. At that point, I walked up to the front of the room where Trustee Carlisle and Trustee Gonzalez were still sitting, and the attorney, who I like to call Rigor Mortis Esquire, was still in his seat. And I told him, hey, why did you give security guards the authority to adjourn a public meeting? And he said, oh, it's not adjourned. We're in closed session. Well, when I was speaking, Tiffany did call for closed session, but she made a motion and there was no second. So technically the meeting was never adjourned. Chris Gonzalez agreed with me, and Rigor Mortis Esquire simply looked at me and said, I have nothing else to say to you. And I'll let Jennifer tell you what people were saying to her when she was in the battle back at the podium.
Oh my God. It was horrible, you guys. That's, you all saw the footage. It started in the very beginning. We knew that we felt that something was coming because DeMarcus Quigley came and sat in front of me, and then the security guard stood on the side of my husband. And this was before the meeting even started.
No, it was during the first agenda item.
No, honey, this happened
Oh, even
before
before?
the meeting. Yes,
Okay.
this before Tiffany even came into the room.
Hold
And
on,
at
hold that
that
thought right
point,
there. Let me play the video that I told you we have footage of what
Okay.
you're speaking of. You just said you all were being bothered by the security guard before the meeting even started, and I have footage of that.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. The video is queuing up. All right, let me put it up on the screen, and here we go.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry today. We gotta handle the business. Y'all out of order, get out of order. You in place, that if you're out of order, you will be removed from this meeting. Every week, y'all have to come down here with me. We here to handle the business and not let the business handle us. So let us do our option and y'all can do our side round. All right, go ahead, Robert.
Address one thing, trustee, said, might be miscommunication. When we did check with the board about the, bingo.
All right, there's the receipt.
Mhm.
Continue, Lady Roberts. You have the floor.
So as you can see in that footage, I was asking the security guard, why is he standing next to us? We hadn't done anything wrong. There was no reason for him to be there, just like there was no reason for the monkey to be there, but he was there. So there was nothing we can do about that. However, I don't think you all caught when the security guard was going back and forth with me. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But that's what happened there. So during that whole thing there, DeMarcus Quigley started to do a Facebook Live with the camera facing me, on me. His camera was on me. So I don't know if he was trying to target me to let his friends know what we look like. I took that as a threat, as I take everything that Tiffany and her crew does as a threat, because why else would you have your phone directed on me? And so at that point, I took my phone and did the same thing to him because I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this intimidation, these scare tactics, you know. So I wanted to enforce and let them know I'm no longer afraid of you. So whatever you do, I'm going to do it back. So, yeah. And that's what happened.
And so, you know, because I am the super producer, I'm going to find that footage. So we have the receipt of the security guard targeting you during this meeting, because who else was he talking to? Why was he standing right beside Paul when nothing at that time was going on?
Right.
So why were you? It was
And he
almost like you
continued to
was.
stand. And he continued to stand next to me when a woman in back was making a whole bunch of noise and being disruptive in Tiffany's favor.
And Otis ain't hear that.
Yeah. They heard everything. They was just focused on us.
Right. For whatever reason. I mean, allegedly, we could say that they were told to do it.
Right.
Allegedly.
Oh, I can say they're racist. I can say they're racist.
You can say.
They're hired.
I mean, Otis is at every meeting. He's in everybody's face. And what do he have the authority to do? Because I saw somebody actually push him that was protecting y'all. They actually pushed him. Like, what you doing? Otis was just standing there with his hands in his pocket. I mean, I'm confused. I'm confused as to why these security guards are acting as if they are sworn in officers of the law. You better act your pay grade. That's what you better do. You better go over there and secure that door and stop bothering me. So, you know, that this is baffling to me that this is being allowed to be done to the residents, you know, but it's a matter of time. We're coming down to the end and they know it. So, you know, there was some very ugly things said by the prison ministry. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that they heard their name called. They heard dog and elephant and animal, and they began to react without even listening to what Paul was saying. And like I said, I made the video of your speech. And guess what, Paul? You was only 13 seconds outside of 3 minutes. The video is your actual speech.
And that was read slowly.
And I didn't change anything, not one thing. That's your actual speech. It is
Wonderful.
3 minutes and 13
video.
seconds long. You know, so, but when you listen to it now, when you hear it, where did you insult her? So no, I think they were given a cue in front of the room that told them to start this ruckus because they were getting ready to go in closed session and talk about employee A. And we all know who employee A is. And this person didn't.
Well, Michael had actually started in the very beginning.
Right.
Michael had already started booing Paul when he first got up.
Right.
And we heard the first commotion. We did hear that. I didn't.
And I
know
told
that
Michael that I sat in silence, listening to him respectfully for his entire comment, and he kept talking.
We have some people asking, do you all plan on filing orders of protection?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. DeMarcus Krigley.
Yeah.
Because, well, DeMarcus Krigley did two things that we could file police reports on yesterday, and one at the first meeting that Jennifer ever attended in Dalton. We filed a police report on him in Dalton in May. Nothing happened to that. So we'll have 3 police reports to take to Markham. And that should keep him out of future Thornton Township meetings that we attend.
And listen, I'm so glad that someone is going to finally do it. Because it needed to be done a while ago by a few other residents that they had been bothering but stopped coming to the meeting. They stopped coming to the meeting because they didn't want to be bothered. And yes, First Lady, this did happen to them. The first time was in Dalton. At a Dalton meeting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. There's some advice coming from the Village Voice. They said go tonight because he might see this live and try to get a restraining order on you. Make your police report. Okay, what time is it?
Okay, Sherry.
Okay.
We will.
Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this. I'm gonna ask y'all this one last question, then I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can go do that, okay? Because we want you all to do that. Can you ask the Robertz who is the lady in the back that was arguing with Carmen? Is she related to Woods? I'm gonna ask you, but I know you don't know.
I don't think so. She was standing right next to Kamal Woods at a meeting last month. So obviously she gets admitted early and gets preferred seating. She said her name was Deborah Reeves. And this afternoon, someone told me that she had a business in Dalton that was closed down by Keith Freeman. And that business rented out bouncy houses to parties. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Someone felt that I should know that. They couldn't remember the name of her business.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute, because I got my blog, because I got my research glasses on. We might need to research if this person has anything to do with these $900 bouncy houses that been rented for these events by the super mayor. I think I just heard a lead
the
that
current
we need to follow.
company that the township uses. Yeah, she's upset that she lost that business. Now the township uses a company called Record a Hit for bouncy houses. And,
Allegedly, I'm going to say
a couple
allegedly.
months ago, Keith Freeman paid me $5,000 on the credit card.
Allegedly.
Or Keith Price.
This is what I heard. Listen, I'm looking around because allegedly. You said, what was the company called? What was the company called? You said
The
it was
current
rented
company?
that they rented the bouncy houses from.
Record a Hit.
Allegedly.
Record a Hit.
Allegedly. I'm trying to get real close. I'm gonna say this too loud because it be people watching my live. Hey people, watching my live. Okay? Allegedly. Keith Price is part owner in that business.
Ooh.
That's right. These is the research glasses.
Wow.
When I put these on, I mean all kinds of business. And I'm going to look up your business.
Okay.
I'm going to be in your business when I put these glasses on. That's right. Yeah. So that's allegedly.
Now we know why she was there.
Oh. She said she had a business.
Well, her reason had absolutely nothing to do in Dalton.
But did she maybe change the name of the business? Did she maybe?
Right, she has a business in Dalton, but had no business.
Did she consolidate her business with somebody else? Did she know somebody in that room allegedly? I mean, these questions.
Keith Price.
These questions I'm asking. So everybody all you people that's watching, hey people that's watching, we just asking questions over here. Since the people came out in the publications, we can ask the questions because they came out in the publications. Okay? Big Ob said, I was watching another channel last night, and the woman that was on there going against Carmen, and Carmen said Keith called her to lose her business That's why she has so much smoke for Carmen. We get ready to talk about this. Y'all got any more questions for the Roberts? Because they got to go and file this report.
Mhm.
They done
Can
gave
I
us
say
lots to
something,
think
Kim?
about, though. You can say whatever you like. You have the floor.
Let me just clear this racist thing concerning my husband up. I've seen a lot of comments because a lot of people do not understand the comment that he was making. He was making an analogy.
No, it wasn't even an analogy.
What was
I was just trying to contrast a human with an animal. As
Right.
plain as that. Genesis 1:26.
Right.
It's
So I
pretty
want
basic.
everybody to know that because I saw a comment earlier on your live where someone said I didn't like that he was comparing Tiffany to an animal. I just want to make it plain that that's not what he was doing. He was not comparing her to an animal. He was just making, a comment. Everybody wants to be praised, but how can we praise someone who's doing a job that she's stealing from the residents, stealing money, taking, how can we pat someone? How can we continue to praise someone for a job that they're not doing? And then you have your boyfriend and a job that we don't even know what he does, getting paid over $100,000 a year. So all of that circus show that they orchestrated last night was to keep my husband, and including myself and Vivian and Alicia, from making comments that was going to not be favorable for her people. So I just wanted to make sure that I clear up that racism thing because, yes, he's married to a Black woman. He has Black children with me. He's not racist at all, y'all. I could not marry a white man who was racist. I would not be with anyone. I'm not racist, but I know what racism feels like. I get it all the time because I am married to a white man. So, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows that my husband is not racist. He really cares for the people. We're fighting hard. Also, let me give shout out to the heroes of Dalton. Please.
Dan Lee.
Let me give shout out. Yes, Dan Lee, MVP, Sherry Britton, Thelma, Valerie. There's so many that I was thinking about. And even though Dr. Nikita Cloud is not live in Dalton, but she's in this fight, she's done. I mean, these are all people that I look up to genuinely, and I aspire to be like. And I appreciate their guidance along the way because they have talked me through a lot of stuff and have been there to hold my hand through a lot of stuff because you all seen the quiet part of me, but you also seen the part where if you come for my family, then that other part that I've been trying to keep quiet comes out. That comes out. Also, let me get a shout out to Clean House 2025. I believe that because of them, we're going to have a Clean House 2025 in Thornton Township as well. I love these people. I love them. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. That's all. I love you all too, everybody.
Okay, I love that. And let me tell you, Paul is my brother. When I talked to Jennifer, she said, your brother is over here. And I said, and he is. And so Paul is my brother, and I consider him, he is definitely invited to the cookout. Definitely invited to the cookout.
Just don't let him dance.
He can dance if he wants to. He can dance if he wants to. Okay. Sherry Bryn said y'all are very much
Jennifer
part
was starting to talk about. Thanks. When Jennifer started to say that I'm not a racist, I just wanted to say, Hey, did you choose your parents too? I didn't, but I happened to be dealt some great ones. In fact, my grandfather painted this picture that's right up behind us. That's my, both of them are great uncles.
With that being said, Kim, we're gonna go. I'm taking Sherry's advice, sister, my friend, and we're gonna go file this police report.
I love that. Well, you all go and file the police report.
We love you all so much.
We are so glad that you guys are okay. We are glad that you are going to do this, and this is going to benefit everyone. Not just you all. This is going to keep them out of the meetings, and the meetings will become more civil. So, thank you for what you all are about to do.
I see my Bella.
The last thing I wanted to mention is Dan Lee wrote another letter to the Attorney General's office detailing all of the violations of the Illinois Open Meetings Act last night. I did the same thing. We know who the supervisor is. And we asked, what does it take to get county or state law enforcement at a meeting presided over by Tiffany? We tried to explain the danger to residents at these meetings. It's getting serious, but I thank you for helping us laugh again.
Yeah, we thank you, super producer, for being such a wonderful person. Glad to be able to call you friend.
Mm-hmm.
Glad that you're getting the truth out. And let me say something to your viewers as well. We love you all. Thank you all for your support. Thank you for your prayers. We can't comment to everything that we see, but we appreciate you. We see it and we feel the love. So thank you all so very much. Y'all have a good night. God bless.
Thank you so much for coming on. You guys. Okay, guys, we are going to get back into yes, you guys are welcome. Y'all see this? Super producer, we won the TRO today. This means we may get some relief from bullying in Dalton. Hello, somebody. The bullying is about to stop. That means that what? That means that people are going to start to be free to possibly tell their stories and be able to do their jobs effectively. Let's get into this right here, people. Hold on. I wanted to get into, I think I have it queued up. This is the last thing we'll be going over tonight. Let's get into this.
Okay, so what I would like to say is that all y'all come and bombard this meeting, this is for the audience. Y'all are messy as hell. Y'all wanna heckle Tiffany every time, or when somebody heckle that one, y'all wanna defend her. That one is heckling. It don't matter who the hell we heckle. So if we gonna come to the meeting and heckle, let's heckle every damn body. Let's talk about her and Keith Price, Keith Freeman. Let's talk about the wigs that y'all talked about he was buying for Tiffany. Those was her purchases. Let's talk about the stuff that she purchased on her man card, on her married man card. So that.
Okay, first of all, let's stop it right there. She comes up there and the first thing she says is, let's talk about these credit card purchases. Now, word on the street is she was a business owner in Dalton. If you are coming up to make a public comment, shouldn't it be about your business? I'm confused. So you coming up making comments about some wigs that was purchased that you don't have no receipts to show that the wigs was actually purchased by the people you said they was purchased by. But you came and said you own a business in Dalton. Yet none of us have seen you say a public comment in Dalton. Like, I've been watching these meetings since March. I've never seen her say a public comment in Dalton. And if your business is in Dalton, you should be in Dalton making a public comment, not at the township. And that part, she knows too much information. That's why I said, where are these receipts? If you're coming out saying that someone purchased something, you should have receipts for those accusations that you're making. But she's a business owner in Dalton. I was just confused as to why she was in Thornton Township making a public comment about some wigs that was purchased, I guess allegedly, with the township card. But let's continue.
And saying, let's help everybody. Let's do a helping ass meeting. Let's not get no business done, and let's just do what we need to do. That's what I got to say. You said something?
Okay. All right, thank you.
We take care of business, so I ain't gonna speak on business. We ain't take care of
Paul Robert.
Yeah.
Okay, so she stopped speaking after she made this comment about Carmen making purchases on the credit card. Now, I heard allegedly that she was speaking somewhere else last night, and she said that it was Carmen and Keith Freeman's fault that she didn't get her business license. And I'm confused by that, because those two people were just doing a job. They were doing a job that they were told to do by the Dalton mayor. So I'm confused. I'm confused. That she would think that these people were operating on their own. Why would they do that? How would they do that? We learned at the special meeting that Jason House and the trustees had that there were a stack of business licenses, 18 of them actually, that had not been released or given. So Jason House in turn released those business licenses at the special meeting. Why was she not at the special meeting speaking up for her business? She, to me, has too much smoke, as y'all saying in the comments, for Carmen, for this to just be about a business. Like I said, I'm still confused as to why she showed up to a township meeting when this is clearly a Dalton issue, because you're not going to get your business license in Thornton Township. You would have to get your business license in Dalton. So you should be in Dalton at the Dalton meeting, speaking about your business and your business license at every meeting that Dalton has. I mean, as a business owner, that's what I would do. I'm going to put up a video now because she said she been at the meetings. That's what she said. She said she been at the meetings. So, and you all, the detectives that you all are, the investigators that you all are, she has been at the meetings. We're going to show you where she was at the last meeting, Thornton Township meeting. Take a look at this.
About that foundation. I was in the room when it started, and then you came to my house after that unannounced and tried to get me to say somebody else started that foundation that did it. And so again, and I'm saying this for my record. Again, so you're trying to say anything about me not supporting you for somebody else. I don't support you because of you. I foundation. I was in the room when it started, and then you came to my house after that unannounced and tried to get me to say somebody else started that foundation that did it. And so again, and I'm saying this for the record. Again, so if you're trying to say anything about me not supporting for somebody.
So there she is. And who is she standing beside? What crew is she in? Allegedly. I mean, these is 3 people that are part of the prison ministry crew, allegedly. I mean, even if Carmen was working at the time that you were trying to get your business license in Dalton, Carmen no longer works there. So why would you carry this vendetta to the township when you should have a vendetta with whoever's in Dalton now not giving you your business license? So I'm still confused, even with the explanations that were given. I'm still confused as to how these 2 people get your smoke, but the supervisor was never mentioned. The supervisor was never mentioned in any of your comment. You actually didn't even get up and make a comment about your business. I mean, I could even see if you got up and made a comment about your business at the township, right or wrong, you fighting for your business. So you're just following the super mayor wherever she go to tell her about your business. But you didn't even mention it. But yet you wanted to heckle Carmen for a business license she no longer has any control over even giving you. So I'm just saying, pay attention. Let's pay attention, residents. Let's pay attention and know what to give our energy to and who to give our energy to. We don't need any distractions. We are down to I would say the last mile of the way. Okay, with the victory that we won today, we are down to the last mile of the way. So we don't need to have any further distractions. That's the only way that she can address Carmen and put Carmen on the spot. She can't do that in Dalton. Why can't she do it in Dalton? Because actually her smoke should be for whoever is in Dalton now that's not giving her business license. Do you still have the business, ma'am? Did you even want the business? I mean, if I had a business and I wasn't getting my business license, I'm going to the meeting every time that door open because I'm not making any money until I get my business license. And I'm going to Dalton to do it. And Carmen is not going to be there because she's a trustee in the township and no longer has anything to do with business licenses. So, like I said, you have smoke for the wrong people, the wrong person. Maybe there was one and there no longer is one. And not for the reason that's being stated. Maybe for the reason that's being stated, the reason that needs to be stated is that the business maybe wasn't making any money to begin with. I mean, I don't know. Allegedly, that could be a reason. I mean, there could be a whole bunch of different reasons. But all I'm saying is, if you are so upset about this business and this business license, it would seem to me that you would be fighting at every turn to get this business license. Okay? That's a question, honeymoon. That's a question. That's a question. We now know the company that these bouncy houses are rented from. Maybe we need to do some investigating. I don't know. I mean, but why would you single out Carmen and say she was the reason I lost my business? No. The mayor of Dalton would be the reason that you lost your business if your business license was sitting on a deck somewhere and not being approved. But you've had plenty of meetings that you could go to find out. Alleged business license, right? Alleged business license. But you had plenty of meetings that you could go to find out about your business license, your alleged business license, and where it was. I mean, you could have came to the special meeting. There was public comment. People were making all kinds of public comments, and they were asking questions and getting answers to said questions at this special meeting. So I feel like you could have went to the special meeting and got your question answered by the clean house, by Jason House, by any of the trustees up there would have answered your question. But the question was answered in the special meeting. They said these licenses were being held up allegedly by the mayor. And we are now going to make sure that all of their paperwork is correct. And we are going to now approve these licenses, all 18 of them, as long as their paperwork is in order. So where were you on that night? That's what I want to know. And you were extremely quiet in the video that we showed previously. You weren't heckling at that meeting. So I'm just trying to find out if we heckling, like you said, then let's heckle. So we didn't see you heckling in that meeting. We just saw you standing over there, allegedly, by the prison ministry. Comfortably. Tea with the trustee is a great place to get help. Would they have looked into this as well? I'm sure they would have, Sherry. I've been to tea with the trustee. People ask all kinds of questions. They write things down. They say we'll look into it, and they get back to you. So, yeah. She said it was some kind of lounge. Interesting. Interesting. It's also interesting that you wasn't at any of the Dalton meetings during public comment asking about your business license. Ironic that she brings up Carmen on the credit card in the very same meeting Tiff put that on the agenda. See, this why I like this. See, this why. See this? This why we get along. This is why. Because these are all the questions I be asking. Okay? Okay? Nothing but a distraction. Allegedly, for me, this person was sent by someone. And the person that they were sent by couldn't formally come out and attack Carmen. So they sent somebody else. That's what it looked like to me. Y'all go off in the comments about who y'all think the person was sent by. Because they were sent. She also said that police were called on her business several times, but of course it's Carmen's fault. Child, make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. Carmen and Keith are people who could expose her scams and backdoor deals. She sees when Carmen speaks and constantly makes comments under her breath about Keith. That part. So, I mean, my people, my Q's over here, my all in the Q's, my Q's over here, we know what's going on. I mean, y'all are critically thinking over here. You guys over here, let me tell you, ain't nothing finna get past you. Nothing. I'm telling you, the questions that this lady was asking, she took the time with her public comment to not even make a comment about her business. or her alleged business license. I'm just saying. You can have smoke for whoever you want to have smoke for, but mention your business if that is the reason you're here. But we know, is this right here for me, Lanita? Tiffany here said the entire debacle, the Keystone Capers crew. Okay, girl. Okay, I ain't say it. Allegedly, this is what was said. Okay. Then she wanted to talk about Carmen and Keith Freeman allegedly having a relationship. You're going to need to provide me some receipts because we can't go off of hearsay over here because, as you can see, the super mayor tell us anything that it's a surplus of $9 million and that there's a $6 million grant coming. And we had to get a forensic audit to tell us that they in the red by $6 million. So we need to see some proof, but we do have proof of the super mayor riding around Illinois with somebody else's husband. I'm going to say that. Allegedly. Okay? We do have proof of that. There's proof of that. Okay? I missed the gossip. What would be wrong? Are they married to others? Well, Keith Freeman is married to someone else. Carmen is single. She can do what she wants. She's a grown woman. She can do what she wants. And like I said, you up here giving smoke about Carmen talking to Keith Freeman, which you didn't provide us any receipts, no text messages, no nothing about. And you didn't have no smoke for the super mayor and somebody else's husband, allegedly. What we got, Judge Petty? Even if they were banging ugliest, I don't think it concerns Tiffany at all. She being nasty, trying to expose that. That's not a crime. It's immoral, but it's not a crime. Tiff, on the other hand. Okay. One meeting, I noticed Michael stood behind Carmen for about 10 minutes with a scary, hateful stare. You know, these people are interesting to me. Very interesting. Why do we need to care about their relationship? Maybe they just got close because they chatted about Tiff and her craziness. When you're at work, this man is the village administrator. She was the assistant to the mayor. So it would stand to reason that they might have conversations every day, right? Because as she said, she was booking trips and making reservations for the mayor. And Keith Freeman would control the credit card. So she would need to tell him, hey, we need to buy this. We need to do that. We need to do that. She's asking that we do this. I mean, so they probably would talk every day. I mean, that's what people do when they're doing a job. They probably did travel as a foursome. Absolutely they did. I mean, when they did travel, I agree, it's just a distraction. We all make bad choices. One thing for certain, Tiffany better check her so-called husband, see why her best friend and him are too close. Okay. I ain't say it though. Has anybody noticed that normally they're all in front and last night they were all lined up in the back? Yeah, because she was going to disrupt the meeting. They would had to be in the back. But that's normally where they are when they're in the bigger room. Normally they're in the back when they have the bigger room. Y'all, yes, hit the like, share, subscribe button. Yeah, this is gonna be an awesome HBO series too. She said making reservations for Tiff and Kamal, and she did. And she said making flights for them too. Reserving flights for them too. The Creep Squad. Okay. Yes. So those are my thoughts on what occurred. I'm glad that the distractions did not keep the residents from doing what they had to do today in Dalton, which was a victory for them. Sherry Hatcher Britton or I don't know, somebody in the comments. I don't know who it was in the comments. But I don't know if Sherry knows, if she can tell us in the comments if my source was correct and that's what happened today. Because she's the village voice that we chose for this channel. And on our next table talk, we'll try to get her on and find out, is this what happened? We got a victory today. I do believe we have a victory today. I haven't been able to check the news yet. Yeah, we hope that Carmen and Chris stay strong. We hope that they're able to have a special meeting so that they can close these open motions in the meeting, the last meeting, because it's still open. After Kamal gets everything he can from her, he'll go back home to wifey. I think the wife is living good on Tiff. That's a thought. They got restraining order on her appointments. Thank you, Judge Petty, for confirming that. We broke that as breaking news today at the beginning of this broadcast. Thank you, Judge Petty, for confirming that. I did hear it was super storming there last night, Judge Petty. Okay. So, yeah. So those are my thoughts on what transpired in the meeting. You all go and look at the Lansing Journal, but we did go over the motions and all of those things. Yeah, I love that they are getting stronger against Tiffany too in every meeting. In every meeting, I feel like Carmen is finding her voice. And I think that's a great thing. We can say whatever we want about someone, but until we're in their shoes and we have to deal with what they have to deal with, we can't say what we would do or what they should do. And I think that Carmen is a very mild-mannered person. She's a no conflict type of person. So she's not really, a confrontational person. And that is great. Big Ob, she was pissed off last night talking about her. She's tired of people saying she's Tiff's sister, cousin, mama, or she works for her. Well, don't act like you work for her. I say, if you don't work for someone, then move like you don't work for them. So that's what I say about that. Okay, nope, not even. Is it time for us to investigate? I think it's time for us to investigate. Yes, shout out to that mic system last night. Because William Moore was not able to control the mic system. We heard everybody and everything. Hello, how are you, Dub Science? What's going on? Yes, you have to rewatch the recap. Say Lacey is singing like Whitney Houston, stay out of jail. Who knows? Who knows what's going on behind the scenes? You are always awesome. It's always great to chat with you and the other chatters. Yes, I love this community over here. Love it. My heart is with Carmen. I know she's been accomplished, but circumstances are everything. Shame, guilt, self-awareness, and an apology is everything. I'm with Carmen. And we should stand with Carmen through this time. She's making some big moves for the township and helping protect the township, because she's already said she's not going to run again, but she's putting things into place that will help the next trustees. Hopefully we will see the interview with Carmen and Lori Lightfoot. I think that's a possibility. I'm going to try to get Carmen on this platform for you all too. Hopefully we can do that. That would be my desire. For us to be able to hear her side of the story and, let her speak and let her say whatever she wants to say, uninterrupted and with no judgment here. I don't agree, judge her at her lowest, judge her for her strength and accountability. That's correct. I love that comment, Judge. Carmen has matured and found her voice. She has. Carmen do need security. Residents need to be stepping up for her, making sure she gets to her car, and in some places, making sure she gets home. Super producer Tiffany and Deborah walked out together last night. Make it make sense. I didn't say it. Allegedly, This is what happened. I wasn't there, but this is what I'm saying. So the board said her business still has her sign on it. 147th Street in College Grove. Okay. We're going to start doing some investigating, y'all. I have some things coming up, some videos. She do need security. That's what we said, Sherry. She does need security. And thanks to Chris. Chris has been holding it down. Chris has really been making me laugh lately with his responses to the supervisor. Yeah, it has become very dangerous for everyone. Did you all notice the last couple of meetings? One time she said to Chris that she was going to educate him, and he said, please do. That cracked me up so bad. She was like, well, I'm going to educate you, Chris. And he was like, please do. I was like, every week, he's getting like wittier and wittier with his responses. And he's laughing. At this last meeting, he was laughing and he was like, okay, well, tell us then. Tiffany asked why Carmen would have a Dalton credit card. Remember the Township trip charged to Dalton. She's trying to put that scam on Carmen. She's trying, but it's not going to work. No weapon. Okay, because the weapon was, even if she did, you gave it to her or you told her to do it. I mean, what she don't realize is the ultimate accountability is on her. Does anyone know of Tiff rents a house to Carmen? I bet that's hard. I don't know, and I would hope not. This question is for Sherry. Did they put William Moore on the TRO? Let's see if we can get Sherry to answer us. Chris and Carmen are doing what needs to be done, and they are. Didn't he? Chris told her you won't be in that seat next year. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And that had me cracking up so bad. I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. He's laughing because he should know she is so, yes, that too. No, she doesn't. Sherry, somebody asked the question, is William Moore on the TRO for the village? Let's see if Sherry can answer us or let us know if she knows. I don't know if she knows. Thank you for remembering that, First Lady. That was so funny. I don't know if she knows, but I don't think he was. I don't think that William Moore was. Let's see. Sherry says, no, he was not on the TRO with those appointments out and Keith as the administrator. Moore should be gone soon. All right. You heard it here. Well, that's all I got for y'all tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow is Thursday. And I don't have a table talk for tomorrow, but I do have a video I may be dropping tomorrow as a premiere. I may drop it in the comments for you guys, and I'll drop the video maybe, and then I'll be in the comments watching with you guys the video. You guys let me know what you want me to do. You want me to do a live tomorrow? Or you want me to do a video and be in the comments with you all? What's the question, First Lady? What's the one more question? Let's see. Sherry, does DeMarcus work for the Township or Dalton? First of all, DeMarcus he used to, because I believe he was one of the ones that was put on the administrative leave for the village of Dalton. And I think he worked in Public Works. Was he in Public Works? Super producer, I'm going to watch this from the beginning. I hope I can read the chat while I watch. Okay. Sherry Krigley, he was working at the village, right? Not the Township. And like I said, I think he was one of the ones that was put out on administrative leave. He was in public works, but I believe that he was one of the ones on the list put out on administrative leave for the village of Dalton. He does not work for the township. Okay. I sure have been enjoying myself on this live with you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos. Right. So technically, if they live within the township, they can be in the meeting because the meeting is a public meeting, so they can be in the meeting. Krigley is laid off from Dalton Public Works. Y'all heard it. Y'all see it. Oh, thank you for reminding me, Javar. Thank you. Super stream by the super producer. Thank you, golfer. Okay. You're welcome to everybody. Okay, guys, I need you guys to help me with something. So, Friday is Minion's birthday. Let me get close to the screen. Friday is Minion's birthday. Okay? I want you all to do something special for him. I would love it if you guys would. I'm going to change it. You see his Cash App? This is Minion's Cash App right here. Tanya Harper, I do believe so. Let's watch. Lots of things are happening. Replay this video so you can see what happened today. I want you guys to help me just cash out Minion for his birthday. He works so hard on his videos. He works so hard in real life because we all have real lives outside of these YouTube channels. And he is become a dear friend of mine and a very good confidant and supporter. He is so positive. And his birthday is on Friday. If you all would please, if you could, send him a $5 Cash App for his birthday and tell him it's for his birthday. Okay? Please. For me, that's what I want you to do. For me. For him. Because his birthday is Friday. He claimed he don't celebrate it. We don't do that around here. Because your born day, that's a very special day. God only made one of you, and you should celebrate it any chance you get being alive. We've been through so much COVID, we've lost so many things. So please, if you all would, please Cash App Minion with Opinion. Show him that you love him. $5, $2. Cash App him and tell him happy birthday. His birthday is on Friday. The Cash App is running at the bottom of the screen, Shanita. It's running at the bottom. It says Minion with Opinion. That's his Cash App. It's at the bottom of the screen. That's what I would like for you all to do. He is an awesome person. I am telling you. He is an awesome person. He works so hard on his channel. He helps me. He, is just an awesome friend and a family member to his family members. And so he wasn't able to be here today because he's working to provide for his family members. So if you would please just Cash App him and say, happy birthday. This is for your birthday. Thank you for all your hard work and that we love him from the All in the Q family. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what you want me to do. If you want me to go live let's say Friday night, with the video that I was going to drop, or if you want me to drop the video and be in the comments with you all, let me know in the comments right here. I got a song that I wrote. I write all of the songs on here just to let you know. I wrote the Double Up song. I wrote the All in the Q song, and I'm about to, it's Minion with Opinion. Minion with Opinion. That's what it is. So I write all of the songs here because copyright is a thing here on YouTube. So I write my own music and for these shows, and I'm about to debut some music for this outro. You all get in the comments and let me know what you think about the song. Okay? It's gonna be the outro song. You all let me know in the comments what you think about this song that I'm about to debut. Okay? It's not my voice though, but I wrote it and I wrote the music. Okay? Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I will see you guys. You guys let me know in the comments too if you want me to go live on Friday, and let me know about this song. Okay?
I'm dominant. Every time you think of me, your heartbeat is prominent. It's astounding how your words be sounding. Here's just be pounding. I'm reigning supreme in all your dreams when you find it necessary to include me in your comments. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you sign it best like you to one pager. Yeah, I'm major. When you keep sending me a hey girl, I'm major procedures. My gifts and talents can't be repeated. I'm dominant, I'm prominent, I'm significant, I'm relevant, I'm major. I'm major. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you find it best for you to one pager. Yeah, I'm major. When you keep sending me a hey girl, I'm major procedures. My gifts and talents can't be repeated. I'm dominant, I'm prominent, I'm significant, I'm relevant, I'm major. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you slide it past my you to one pager. Yeah, I'm major. When you keep sending me a hey girl, I'm major procedures. My gifts and talents can't be repeated. I'm dominant. Every time you think of me, your heartbeat is prominent. It's astounding how your words be sounding. Here's just be pounding. I'm reigning supreme in all your dreams when you find it necessary to include me in your comments. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you sign it best like you to one pager. Yeah, I'm major. When you keep sending me a hey girl, I'm major procedures. My gifts and talents can't be repeated. I'm dominant, I'm prominent, I'm significant, I'm relevant, I'm major. I'm major. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you sign it past my you to one pager. Yeah, I'm major. I'm major. Every time you wake up, you're sliding past my YouTube one-pager. Yeah, I'm major. When you keep sending me a hey girl, I'm major procedures. My gifts and talents can't be repeated. I'm